there wasn't pain, it wouldn't be worth it.
Hey everybody, good morning and welcome back to the Journey to Greatness. I don't know what's going on. It's like my internet or something. It's just been kind of wonky. Yeah, it's like my internet or something has been kind of wonky. I don't know why. But we're back. We're back in action. So we are back with the Journey to Greatness Day 55 with David McDonald, the GOAT. And we're just going to jump right into this thing. We got Soul Cycling today. It's going to be amazing. All right, we're going to have a few breakthroughs today. I already know it. We're going to go through breakthrough. It's going to be amazing. Here we go. Hey, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, it's so nice. Hey. Alrighty. So, we're almost done with our second book. Like 10 pages left. Let's do it. A page a minute? I don't know, but we could try. I'm not speed reading. I'm trying to really learn this stuff. Anyway. Ooh, hello. Mm. Oh, I got some heat for you guys today. Excuse me. Jeez. Mm. Mm. We're almost there. We'll probably finish either tomorrow or on Monday. Okay. Big deal here. Big deal here. This is actually one of the biggest philosophies and concepts that help me get through a lot of the things that I may experience. So first, just to kind of set the context here, Tony talks about two different states that we can choose to be in: a beautiful state or a suffering state. A beautiful state is when you feel joy, gratitude, awe, playfulness, ease, creativity, drive, caring, and growth, curiosity, appreciation, right? And a number of other things. A suffering state is when you feel stressed out, worried, frustrated, angry, depressed, irritable, overwhelmed, fearful, resentful, all of those things, characteristics, okay? So, two states that we can choose to be in. Now, we talk about this a lot, but he did a really good job kind of peeling back the layers of the onion and explaining. Actually, we were talking to Liz last week, and she was like, "Oh, I feel a little bit sick," and I mentioned to her that we discussed that being sick is actually like a mindset thing. So personally, when I get sick, we'll pause. Like last year, I didn't get sick not once. Where I was like, dang, I'm sick. Like I have to rest, I have to let my body rest. And I think the primary reason for that is I wear the most important thing, that I've learned in my childhood is that you have to protect your chest and your back, right? And then your throat. So if you protect the main section of your bodies, like your legs can be exposed, your arms can be exposed. But if you protect your neck, the back of your neck, your chest, and your back with like a vest, and then you wear like a scarf of some kind, that you won't get sick. The cold won't penetrate into your system. That's how I look at it. And then if I feel like an itch coming on, then I take Halls, I take Dayquil. Even though I don't like medicine, but I'll take Dayquil, I'll take NyQuil if I feel an itch coming on. So it's like a preventative measure. And then mentally, I disregard it. Oh, I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick. Even if my body is like feeling a little bit, like if I feel it, I'm like, okay. Like I'll be there and I'll be like, okay, I'm not sick. And then I dismiss the thought. And then I go through and I add these couple little activities throughout the day. But it's not something that I focus on. Point. Suffering trigger is less. When you focus on the idea that you have less or will have less, you will suffer. For example, you might become convinced that because a situation has occurred or a person has acted a certain way, you will have less joy, less money, less success, or some other painful consequence. Once again, less can be triggered by what you or others do or fail to do. So a suffering trigger rather than a beautiful mind trigger is less. So you say, okay, well, I experienced X. So therefore, I am X. And that X is a less, it's a negative. Well, theoretically, you may feel a certain kind of way. Your emotional balance may be off because you experienced X, but you should not allow that to define you. And the longer you stay in the space of, well, that person did this to me, so therefore I am this. That's inexcusable. Pause. Take responsibility. You got to move on. You got to find a ritual. And if you need help with rituals, let me know. Find a ritual to dismiss that emotion as if when it comes up for you during the day. Because the longer you focus on it, the longer it's going to continue to affect you negatively. Suffering trigger is never. So the suffering trigger in this next situation is never. When you focus on the idea or become consumed by a belief that you'll never have something you value, such as love, respect, joy, wealth, opportunity, you're doomed. You are doomed to suffer. You'll never be happy. You'll never become the person you want to be. This pattern of perception is the surefire route to pain. Remember, the mind is always trying to trick us into a survival mindset. So never say never. For example, because of an illness, an injury, or because of something your brother did or said, you might believe that you'll never get over it, right? Same idea with like the $1 million concept. You take making 100, you scale that to 1 million, you live in that emotional space, and then voila, there it is. Your body is saying, oh my God, you're sick, which isn't a bad thing, quote unquote, right? Oh, I feel this, I feel bad. Well, your body is working. Be grateful for that, right? You can feel it, the change in your bio. And then, but when you say, oh, well, I'm really sick, that's the reality. Well, okay. Again, that's the reality that you're choosing. So never say never, essentially. And for you to say, well, oh, I don't work out, I could never do that. I never did it, it's not a part of my makeup. I've never done it. I learned it from my dad. I'll never overcome it. Well, that's the reality that you're truly choosing. The man who says he can't and the man who says he can are both right? So I really believe that also. So never say never. Everything is possible because there's things in the universe that exist that you've never even thought about, and you may never in your lifetime think about, but who cares? Because that's just a possibility to help you on your journey. Okay. So he's hot, man. This is nice. All right. So then he pretty much goes into focus, knowing who's around you. This is a big one. I talked to one of my buddies yesterday on the phone, and he said he was getting ready to make this investment. Huge investment. Really big investment, right? But it was out of state. And he was feeling a little conflicted because everyone he was talking to kind of was giving him a different perception or perspective or opinion on what he wanted to really do. So he gave me a call. He said, hey, D, I'm thinking about doing this. And I said, awesome, go for it, right? Bigger the risk, bigger the reward. I believe in that. But my point is like, one interesting thing that he said to me was everybody who was telling me not to do this investment hadn't achieved or hadn't done anything like this in their entire lifetime. And you're talking people from like upper 50s, 60s, all the way down to the 20s. And I was like, that's a really good perspective. I've felt that way before. So the whole key I took away from that was, and the reminder that I had is people will not, and this is something Les Brown emphasizes all the time, people will not advise you to if they cannot see it for themselves. So you have to be careful of the company you keep. If you're with somebody who doesn't believe that they can truly believe themselves out of sickness or believe themselves to be a millionaire and treat and live their life as millionaires, even though they don't have that money in their account, then that's probably somebody you don't want to be around. If that's what you want, or if that's something that you're doing or you're practicing to become a better person and to evolve yourself in that space. If you are with people who believe that, they have trouble with certain, personality characteristics, this, that, and the other, and they can't see themselves out of it, then that may not be somebody you want to be around. Some people who complain all the time or are negative all the time, and then you give them advice and they don't take your advice. You provide them with another angle of understanding, You provide them with another angle of understanding. They don't take that angle of understanding, and they keep pretty much they're insane because they keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, but they're getting the same result every single time. Then those are probably people you don't really want to be around too much. You can love them and touch them and have a lifeline to them, but to be around them all of the time is a totally different story. So just be careful of the company you keep, because how are you supposed to grow if everybody's living in their survival, primal, instinctive state of, oh my God, I gotta keep everything close to me. I can't do anything. No. Oh, that's too risky. Oh my God, if I lose everything, my whole life is over. You can't be around people like that. Pause. Assess how much and assess whether or not you want to be around people like that. And then the last thing he talks about is the ritual. So this is something that's really helpful for me. And that is when you get to a place where you become frustrated, okay? That's my pet peeve. That's my pet peeve. I hear that all the time. That's my pet peeve. I hate when people smack. I hate when people this, that, and the other, right? Whatever. When you feel this anger arise within you, there's a ritual or an exit. And a ritual is something that you create to supplement the emotional feeling with a positive one. So if somebody's smacking in my ear, right, and I feel like I'm getting frustrated, you create a balance ritual, which this takes work. You got to do some work on yourself and write this stuff out and like figure out what really gets you going, this, that, and the other. So you substitute this positive emotion. I am grateful. I feel that I'm going to activate my ritual. You could literally say that to disrupt the pattern of this energy that's creeping up inside of you because this person is smacking your ear. By the way, I deeply feel that I should never be bothered. The way I try to live my life, I should never be bothered by somebody else's comments, somebody else's personalities, energies, and all that. I shouldn't be bothered. I shouldn't allow for it to affect my personal state, right? So the ritual allows you to substitute that feeling so that you could immediately cancel it. And this works with like old memories. So if you have a bad memory or bad experience about something and you meet somebody who puts a bad taste in your mouth because you've met somebody like that before in the past, they've hurt you to some degree, and now you're experiencing in real life, even though the person in front of you hasn't done anything, you can use a ritual to cancel out that mental feeling. There's a amount of other coaching I think should be had around that, the past experiences that keep coming up. But what you can do is you can say, okay, I feel this way when I see this or when I experience this. And then you say, well, I want to create a ritual to cancel that feeling, right? Or substitute that feeling. And then you just substitute that positive feeling. So my mind does this, goes down this road, negatively. You say, nope, stop. I'm going to choose to be grateful and appreciative, right? So the ritual in this situation, this one ritual is finding ways. The positive substitution is finding things that you're appreciative of. So when you start getting frustrated, start thinking about things that you appreciate. So it doesn't matter what you appreciate. What matters is that by shifting your focus to appreciation, you slow down your survival mechanism. Love, joy, giving will all trigger the same positive transformation. This shift in your focus creates a space for your spirit to enter the game so you don't get stuck inside your head. If you keep doing this with real consistency, you actually rewire your nervous system, training your mind to find the good in every situation. So your experience of life is one of thankfulness and joy. And that's choosing to live in a beautiful state. Beautiful state, suffering state, you choose your poison. You choose you choose suffering, or you choose the red pill or the blue pill. I guess that's a better analogy. And then the ritual to help yourself is, create something that allows you to find happiness and joy as your mind, if your mind goes into a place of focusing on negative things. That was heat. That was I like that a lot, actually. A lot. And we are about out of time. So with that being said, please continue to do your journaling for the day. Dang, we're almost on day 60. 5 more days, and then we're 2 months into this thing. Feels like just yesterday we were waking up and, making this happen. But yeah, so we have to do the vision board exercise. And I just found out, well, actually, no. I think even on the weekends, I can use that. Okay. So what I'm thinking is, I don't think I have anything next Saturday. So next Saturday at I'm going to have to confirm this on Monday, but next Saturday on, that is, I'm going to do it right now because I'm not going to be pushing this back. So next Saturday on the 18th, and we're gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna do soul cycling next Saturday, but let's see. So I'm thinking maybe at 9. Let's say 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. next Saturday, we're gonna do vision board building. Doesn't matter. I don't care if we have to go to Starbucks. Starbucks is open at 9. Okay. So we're going to do vision boards at 10 a.m. next Saturday. That's going to be the 18th of November. We're going to do vision boards. And essentially all you got to do is get a really big piece of paper or cork board, however you want to do it. And if you need help finding a good deal on one, there's like a surplus store up in the UW where they have a ton of like cork boards that you can buy. And then essentially just bring as many magazines as you can. I'll try to find and source some magazines too. Glue sticks, like super glue, or Elmer's glue, whatever you. And we're just gonna create some vision boards. So if you guys are interested in doing that, let me know so that we can prepare for that, and then we'll just go from there. So vision boards, it's gonna happen in Renton at our Renton office, 707 South Grady Way, Suite 600, Renton, Washington 98056. I'll put it on the Journey to Greatness page, so just go on there and check it out. But I'd love for everybody to come out and meet the community. And if not, hey, I'll be there making my vision board. It's all about, self-progression and, just, doing these extra goal window opportunity activities. So I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have an excellent, excellent Saturday. Thank you for joining me today. And I'll see you tomorrow at 5 a.m. On the Journey to Greatness.